Hello and welcome back to the Chill Crew. You might be thinking this looks an awful lot like VLC Media Player. Well, it is VLC Media Player. What has been going on? Well, essentially, my mic was muted when I did this recording. What does that mean for you? Well, it means that because we're on an Iron Man save, we have lost where we're up to. However, it gives us an opportunity to do a rather quick jump from your point of view in terms of what happened, because quite a lot did happen. So, where were we at the end of the previous episode? We were in Crew, and we had a daughter who was the heir to Bassa. What I'm doing right now is I'm going, hey, if my wife dies, the land will be split in two. So we only want one heir, okay? However, our wife is 32. She is not going to have more children, realistically. So, what my thought was is, if our wife reaches 35, and we haven't had a male heir, we'll kill her, we'll use our daughter as our main heir, and that's how we'll go forward. So, with that in mind, that's where I started. We started with our daughter being our main heir. So, we move forward a little bit. We get the golden obligations thing, we're all very happy about that. We start getting a few hooks to go with it. We get a few things, none of it's really that important. There's a faction created by our brother, we'll get to him later. And then, we get this. Our wife calls us into a war. She wants to subjugate Kono. Kono is much more powerful. They have significantly more troops than us and her put together. Well, like 100 or 200 more troops. However, Kono also has allies, so we're a bit problematic here. She has no troops to start, by the way, so she has to buy mercenaries to make this happen. So, we get into this war. Things start going a little bit south. So, we go up here. Things aren't too bad to start off with, except that when we eventually get up to her army here, we'll see it in a second, we have this battle. So, her army is heading north. It's going to fight their army. We also got war declared on us at the same time by the people who declared on us last episode. So, this is a bad situation. This is a very bad situation. So they've declared war on us, and they have a lot more troops than us. And we could call in our ally, but I decide not to call in our ally because essentially, calling her in isn't going to get us anything. Calling her in is only going to split her person. Like, it's going to split her so that she could come and join our war, but could join their war. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to call her in. And then this happens. You may notice the skull and swords. Well, here's the thing. Her army just immediately evaporates. We're not going to get there in time. So what I do is I bravely run away. So we'll do a little skip here, and we run away. Now, you may notice that we do not have enough troops. We're getting a lot of money in this episode as well. We don't have enough troops to fight their army. So, what do? Well, like their army's over here. It's got some in there. I do call my wife into the war eventually, but she does nothing in it. So we're gonna lose Debris. We're just gonna lose it. There's nothing we can do. They have double our troops. We don't really have enough money for mercenaries, and it's just it's a lost cause. So that war kind of just trickles out of existence. So if we skip forward a little bit, and that's what happened to our brother, I believe. We got minting new coinage, but it doesn't get you as much money. Then, we keep going in here. And eventually, I'm going to come up with the idea. Here it is. We get typhus. So, typhus is a huge health decrease. So I think, hey, now's the time to murder my wife. Why do I think it's time to murder our wife? Well, if we murder our wife, all of my wife's lands go to my daughter. Right? Great news. Because my daughter is going to be the sole heir of both of us. I have typhus. She's got stabs in the back. It's all going to work out. So we will eventually become our daughter through this method. And then we will hold Bassa and we will hold Crew. Whatever our land is called. We will hold both of them, right? And that's going to be fantastic. It's called Crew. Yeah, so we'll hold Bassa and Crew. And that'll be great. We will be incredibly powerful. So that's the thought. However, there's still a little bit of work to do for that. Now, what you may notice here is that this is being sieged. What I decided to do is wait till pretty much the last second. I see it jump, so I get a little bit jumpy on it. See, when it goes to 30, I'm like, hey, maybe I'll just surrender. So I surrender this war. Surrendering this war loses us debris, but gets all of them off from that side, and our land not being sieged means that we're still making enough to break even in terms of money. So we're all happy with that, right? We're losing 0.2, but we're all happy. Right. It then says they're gonna win. We're gonna win this battle against them, so they run away, and we can also win the battle against people raiding us, which is great. So we get them to just go away for a second. Right. So we'll speed it up a little bit. All of this doesn't really matter. We're getting people in our scheme. We're getting claims, and then I look over here and I think, hey, we can win the war. We can get these troops to their capital. So that's what we do. We send the troops directly to the capital. My logic is, if we can siege down their capital and get their leader, that is our only condition for winning the war. And because it's a subjugation war, our wife would gain all of this territory, or our daughter, depending on whether or not we kill our wife before this war ends. So, huge news, right, if we can get this. So, this is happening. It's sieging down. We got 7 months left. They could easily come over and get stuff. Just looking at the commanders there for a second. You'll speed it up. This is just getting some more plot power. And you see, if I go down, I went a little bit too far. You see what's happening here? These two are chasing my wife. Now this is huge for us because it's giving us more time to siege. So they chase my wife's army. They siege it down, and now they're coming for us. Now, 21 days left in the siege of Kono. Our wife's got more and more wars declared against her. Not much we can do about that. I slow it down. I just go, okay, nothing we can do. And then we let it run. Now you see, we got 21 days, but they are going to arrive here in 23 days. So we got a 2-day gap. Now, the thing on the left does not update at the same rate as the thing on the right in terms of number of days to get here. But essentially, we're almost on a 1-to-1 day at the end in terms of how long we have left. So on the last possible day, we get it. So we have now sieged and we have captured their heir, which is pretty exciting. It doesn't win us the war, but it keeps it open. Now, here's the thing about our army. There's no coming back for our army. Our army is, how do I put this? Dead. 100% buried in the ground. Dead. There's no coming back. The army has no chance whatsoever. It is dead. So, we start having a look at some things we can do. We can't do anything with the heir. Just leave it. We did catch some other prisoners, and we ransomed them back for some money, but pretty much not a lot else. Then I started thinking, hey, I need to marry off all of my brothers and sisters, and we have a little look at that for a little bit, but not too exciting. And then you see our army dying there as well. Army's gone. Right. Army's gone. We have 190 gold from our ransoms. From this point onwards, it's pretty much just wait for things to happen. We get the plots going, and then we keep going through here. They start discovering things, and we kill our wife. Our wife is dead. So, our daughter holds Bassa. Huge news. Our daughter's heir is us. Our heir is our daughter. This means either way round, we get Bassa. If we die, our daughter's heir is going to be our brother. If our daughter dies, our heir will be our brother. So both of those, good for us. So at some point in here, we will also get a new marriage for our brother. I also pet our dog. See, I did it. I petted our dog. But moving on from that, we get in here, we negotiate a few alliances. We also demand payment from our daughter, just for a little bit of extra money in case we need it. Not that it matters too much. Then, you see here, we're at 57%. Things are not looking great in this war. We still don't have any troops raised. Things are just generally not as good as they could be. I try and kill ourselves for a bit where I'm angering the spirits. It doesn't do anything. I didn't even know if it could. I just thought I'd try it. So we keep going down here. There's jihads have started, in case you're interested, but not a huge thing that we need to worry about. We get a witch and we burn her for some stress. It's around here somewhere. So I'm just, this is me just looking at the heirs. Okay, so this isn't really it. Then, once we get along a little bit, our brother is dead. He's very, very dead. And carrying on, we marry off our we marry off some more of our sisters, I think. There we go. There's the arranging us a marriage for our brother. We find him somebody nice and intelligent. We had to go and invite him to our court and break his betrothal, but all of that's fine. And then it's somewhere around here. We're at minus 96. See, we're minus 96 in this war. They win this battle. So we are incredibly screwed in the war right now. In terms of things that could happen, incredibly screwed. They have the capital. They didn't capture my daughter. My dog's joining me to council meetings. We don't need to worry about that. So they capture my daughter. For some reason, we get a bunch of war score. Don't know where that war score came from, but we get it. And then you're gonna see something crazy happen. Are you ready? I'm not underselling this. It is crazy. I believe it's in just a couple of seconds time. That's why I'm letting it just roll at real speed. So we're still losing. They're still sieging. Things are going bad. Things are really, really bad for us right now. I put something in here. I go for the extort subjects just in the off chance we can make some more money. Not a huge amount we can get there, but I try it. And then, right about now, we get 100% war score. You see that? Let me go back just in case you missed it. It's the replay and 100% war score. Why did that happen? Well, you know, this guy's dead. This guy ruled Kono. His heir, who we got earlier in the episode, he's in our prison. So us sieging that land with a 1-day gap got us the land because it won us the war. So after this is me working out what we've just gone through. He died of old age at age 63. So just naturally died. And look at that. Bassa is now 100% controlled by our daughter. Like, all of that is controlled by our daughter. So, even if we lose the 2 wars that she's in right now, that's 2 bits of land lost, but so many gained. It means that when we die, we're going to get all of Bassa. She has no other heir. When she dies, we would get all of Bassa. She has no other heir. This is fantastic. It does mean that we're going to hold 3 duchies, which we will need to sort out once we get in charge, but essentially we're going to be rich and we're going to hold all of Bassa. We can't kill her daughter. I tried. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to kill your daughter. But essentially, that's where we leave the episode off on. We leave it off on this little site here of us controlling absolutely everything. Let me speed it up. There we go. So we would control this all the way down to the edge of Crew, all the way around there. That is all going to become ours when our daughter dies or we die, which is huge. And with that, I'm going to end this kind of odd episode. I do apologize. I try and make a habit of not having episodes like this, but I just happen to have my mic sitting on muted the whole time, which is very foolish, but yes. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for a proper episode with, like, you know, the game played. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.